Persephone's abduction and Cyane's fate. The narrative unfolds with the abduction of Persephone, the daughter of Demeter, the goddess of agriculture. Near the serene waters of Lake Pergus, Persephone frolicked with her companions, plucking flowers. Suddenly, Hades, the lord of the underworld, materialized and snatched her away. Persephone, gripped by terror, called out for her mother, but Hades swiftly bore her off in his chariot. Cyane, a nymph entrusted with the guardianship of a nearby stream, bore witness to the abduction. She attempted to intercede, reminding Hades that he ought to have sought Demeter's consent before seizing Persephone. "Do not dare to take her against her will," Cyane admonished. "You should have sought her hand in marriage, not abducted her." Incensed, Hades wielded his potent scepter to sunder the earth, cleaving open a passage to his subterranean domain. Descending into the chasm with Persephone, he left Cyane behind. Consumed by grief and indignation, Cyane began to dissolve into tears. Her corporeal form liquefied and merged with the very stream she safeguarded. Her anguish permeated the waters, becoming an indelible part of its essence. Meanwhile, Demeter, consumed by anguish over her missing daughter, scoured the earth and sea in a relentless quest. Through day and night, she bore aloft torches, their flames casting an eerie glow upon her path as she traversed Mount Etna's slopes. Fatigued and parched from her ceaseless pursuit, Demeter chanced upon a humble cottage. An elderly woman dwelling within offered her a draught concocted from barley. As Demeter quenched her thirst, a disrespectful youth jeered at her, accusing her of greed. Enraged by his insolence, Demeter sprinkled him with the remaining libation. Instantly, the youth underwent a transformation, transmogrifying into a diminutive speckled creature with a sinuous tail, a newt, forever branded by his impertinence. 5. Demeter discovers Persephone's fate. Demeter's relentless search for her daughter Persephone took her across the entire world. No land was too vast, no sea too deep for her desperate quest. Finally, she returned to Sicily, revisiting the spot where Cyane, the transformed nymph, resided. If Cyane hadn't dissolved into the stream, she could have revealed everything. But alas, she lacked the voice to speak. Despite her inability to speak, Cyane offered a clue. Rising from the water, she pointed to the surface where Persephone's girdle, a familiar object to her mother, lay floating. The sight of the girdle finally confirmed Demeter's worst fears. Persephone had been abducted. In a fit of rage and despair, Demeter tore at her hair and beat her chest. She cursed the land, accusing it of ingratitude and declaring it unworthy of the gift of grain. Her wrath fell particularly upon Sicily, the place where she found evidence of her loss. With vengeance in her heart, Demeter shattered the plows of Sicily's farmers, condemning both men and oxen to a similar fate. She cursed the land itself, rendering it infertile and resistant to cultivation. The once fertile soil became barren. Wheat sprouted, but died young, choked by excessive heat, relentless rain, and destructive winds. Birds stole the seeds as they were sown, while weeds thrived where crops should have grown. Suddenly, a voice emerged from the waters. It was Arethusa, a nymph who had journeyed from Elis to Sicily. Rising with dripping hair, she addressed the grieving goddess. "Great mother," Arethusa pleaded, "you who nurture both your daughter and the world's harvest, please end your endless toil. Don't punish this innocent land. It played no willing part in this crime. I speak not for myself or my homeland, for I am a stranger here. Elis is my birthplace, but Sicily has become my cherished home. Now, as Arethusa, I dwell in this stream, and I beg you to protect it. There will be a time," Arethusa continued, "when I can explain why I was brought here from Elis across vast seas. But for now, let me ease your worries and bring you a glimmer of hope. I saw Persephone with my own eyes as I flowed beneath the earth near the river Styx. Though saddened and somewhat fearful, she carries herself with the dignity of a queen, the most powerful woman in the underworld, and the wife of its king." Demeter, stunned by Arethusa's revelation, stood frozen in disbelief. The weight of her grief finally yielded to a renewed sense of purpose. She rose in her chariot and ascended to the heavens, her face etched with sorrow and anger. Disheveled and distraught, she confronted Zeus. "I come before you, Zeus," she declared, "both as a mother pleading for her child and as your equal. If you have no regard for me, then take pity on your daughter. Don't let her plight be overlooked simply because I birthed her with much pain. I have finally found my daughter, though perhaps found isn't the right word. It's more like a confirmation of my loss. Even so, she continued, her voice trembling, if you return her to me, I will bear the pain of her abduction. After all, your daughter deserves a better husband than a kidnapper. Zeus listened patiently. Persephone is our child, a responsibility we share, he explained. But to be fair, this wasn't an act of malice, but of affection. Hades is no disgrace as a son-in-law, especially if you, goddess, would approve. Think about it. His brother is the mighty Zeus himself, and besides, he's not inferior in any way, except for being assigned the realm of the underworld by fate. However, Zeus continued, if you truly wish to separate them, Persephone can return to the heavens, but there's one condition. She cannot have eaten any food in the underworld. The fates have decreed this. Determined to reunite with her daughter, Demeter rushed back to the underworld. However, fate intervened. Persephone, unknowingly defying the condition, had already eaten a pomegranate seed while exploring the underworld's gardens. Only Ascalaphus, a creature born to a nymph and the river god Acheron, witnessed this. His loose lips sealed Persephone's fate. The enraged queen of the underworld punished him for revealing the secret. Ascalaphus was transformed into a hideous owl, a creature of ill omen with large eyes, sharp talons, and a screeching voice. The story then shifts to the Sirens, daughters of a river god. Unlike Ascalaphus, they are rewarded for their loyalty. The Sirens, who had been companions of Persephone during the abduction, wished to help find her. The gods, touched by their concern, granted them wings so they could search the vast oceans for their lost friend. Their once human bodies were adorned with feathers, but their beautiful voices remained, allowing them to continue singing and searching for Persephone.